Hi, today we will be discussing about impact of shift in demand curve. To show the impact, we have to draw a demand curve and supply curve first. Let's draw a demand curve and supply curve first. This particular point is initial, that is 0. This x-axis we will be having quantity, and y-axis we will show price in dollar. Fine. We'll draw a normal demand curve, and this we are going to draw a normal demand curve. Okay, we have drawn a normal demand curve and we have drawn a normal supply curve. So this demand curve and this supply curve, that particular intersect each other at point say E, that is the equilibrium point. Now here there are many students they are facing it's a silly mistake. Okay, what they do, instead of writing DD, they'll be writing maybe SS. Okay, instead of writing supply curve, they'll write DD. So that's common mistake. It's a silly mistake. So to eradicate this mistake, what you have to do, remember the right hand, the left hand. Okay, so this particular right hand you put like this. Okay, this will be your demand curve. Remember the right hand, and the left hand, that will be your supply curve. So I don't think so there will be any mistake onwards. Now onwards, let's say, remember your right hand curve is always demand curve and the left hand curve is always supply curve. So there should not be any mistake. Okay, now here we have equilibrium quantity 0Q. We will say here 10, will mention some quantity, and equilibrium price we have P, will mention 10. So 0P is the initial price, 0P is the initial quantity, and E is the equilibrium point. Now here the question arises, what will be the shift in demand curve? Now demand curve may shift to the right and may shift to the left. So in this video we will try to mention demand curve shifted to the right as well as shifted to the left. Now say demand curve has shifted to the right. Okay, so this is the demand curve. Right means it will go towards this side. So the situation can be a demand curve may shift because of maybe some other factor. Maybe your income has increased, so that's why you want to buy more. Demand curve shift to the right. Maybe future price. Maybe you will be thinking, no, in future coming days, the price of this particular good may increase. That's why you right now you will buy more. Demand curve shift to the right. So there are many factors. Okay, because of that demand shift to the right, not the price. Okay, remember in shift price is not responsible. Okay, so we'll try to shift the demand curve to the right. Now when the demand curve shift to the right, okay, we'll be having D1 and D1. So we'll write down here initial point. So in initial situation, we have an initial situation here, SS supply curve, okay, and DD we have demand curve, SS initial supply curve, DD initial demand curve, E is the equilibrium point, 0Q, okay, is quantity demanded and supply both together because S and D are intersecting each other, and 0P is the price. So this is the initial situation of demand and supply, and the equilibrium point quantity as well as the price. Now when demand has increased, now new situation. New situation, what happened? Due to shift in demand curve. Okay, which kind of shift? Upward shift. Okay, so we have a new demand curve, new situation, D1 is a new demand curve, okay, and we got a new equilibrium point E1 new equilibrium point, okay. Parallelly we will get a new situation here, quantity. What happened here? We got a quantity, say 12, okay, because quantity demanded has increased. And what is the impact on price? P1, say 13. So if demand curve will shift to the right, the immediate impact will be on the price. The price will increase. So space is not here. We'll try to write down that side under new situation only. Okay. So we have a new situation here. 0Q1 is 12. So new quantity 0Q1 new quantity. What is the impact on price? The price has increased from 0P to 0P1. So 0P1 is 13 new price. Fine. So what is the impact? If demand shifts to the right, the immediate impact will be on the price, and the price will also increase from P to P1, from 10 to 13. Now the next situation is when demand curve shift to the left. When demand curve shift to the left, downward. Now when demand curve shift to the left, we'll be having D2 and D2. We'll get a new equilibrium point like this. E2 will be having Q2, say example 8. And what is the impact on price? Price has also decreased to, say 8. Right? So new situation 1. Okay. In another situation we have when demand curve shifts to the left. Okay. Now when that's downward sloping. When demand curve shift to the left, what will happen? The immediate impact will be on price. The price will decrease. So the situation will be having here D2 new demand curve. Fine. D2 is a new demand curve. Second, E2 new equilibrium point, and Q2 that is 8 new quantity, and the P2 the price that is 8 new price. So remember here it's very easy. If demand curve shift to the right, the immediate impact will be on price. Price will also increase. And if demand curve here shift to the left, towards left, the immediate impact will be on the price. The price will decrease. So this is all about shift in demand curve towards the right and shift in demand curves towards the left. And next video we'll try to figure it out. When supply curve will shift to the right, what will happen? When supply curve shift to the left, what will happen? This is the base of economics. You should know. Fine. Okay, so we'll try to shoot new video. In that we'll mention about the shift in supply.